In the last science video, we talked about volcanoes. Today we're going to look at another important thing that happens with the meeting of two plates: earthquakes. The surface or crust of the Earth is made up of a number of huge pieces called plates. These plates are constantly moving around on the surface of the Earth. They are moving very slowly, between about 2 and 10 centimeters a year. When two of these plates meet, they can be pushed up against each other, or they can slide past one another. But because the plates are made of solid rock, they do not move past each other very easily. In fact, as they push against each other, a lot of friction builds up. This friction or pressure slowly increases and increases until suddenly the rock can't take it anymore and the two plates move past each other. This sudden release of energy causes an earthquake. As the friction and the pressure is finally released, the energy that has built up suddenly moves out into the rock in a wave or vibration. An earthquake is just a wave or vibration that travels through the rock in the earth, carrying the energy released as the plates finally move. On the surface, we feel this as the ground moving and shaking, sometimes very strongly. The actual place inside the earth where the earthquake happens is called the focus. The place right above this, on the surface of the earth, is called the epicenter. It is this area around the epicenter, on the Earth's surface, that gets the full force of the earthquake. Earthquakes are a natural part of how the Earth works, and they happen because of the movement of the plates around the surface of the Earth. Small earthquakes are happening all the time, and most of them are so small that people don't notice them, or they happen far away from where people live, so no damage is caused. However, occasionally there are very large earthquakes. If they do happen near where a lot of people live, they can cause a lot of damage. The strength of an earthquake is known as its magnitude. Earthquakes under magnitude 3 are very small and weak, and do not cause much damage. Earthquakes over about magnitude 7, however, can be very destructive. Each number on this scale means an increase in magnitude of 10 times. So a magnitude 6 earthquake is 10 times stronger than a magnitude 5 one. The largest earthquakes, those over magnitude 9, are extremely rare. The largest earthquake that has ever been recorded was a 9.5 in 1960 in Chile, South America. In 2011, there was another huge one, a 9.0 off the coast of Japan. This was one of the top 5 strongest earthquakes ever recorded. Because it happened out at sea, it caused a huge wave known as a tsunami that destroyed the coast of northeast Japan. Apart from tsunamis when they happen at sea, earthquakes can cause large amounts of damage when they happen on land too. If a major city is hit by an earthquake, buildings can collapse and roads and other transport links can be destroyed. However, it is actually often the secondary effects that cause the most deaths. Earthquakes can cut off energy and electricity. They can cause gas pipes to break, which can result in fires. They can also damage dams or other flood defences, causing water to escape and large floods. Earthquakes can also damage the sewage system, which can cause disease to spread. Most of the deaths that earthquakes cause across the world happen because of these secondary effects, not just the shaking of the ground caused by the earthquake itself. It has only been in recent decades that scientists have started to fully understand earthquakes. We now know what causes them, and we have scientific instruments to measure their strength. Engineers can now make buildings that are resistant to the shaking that earthquakes cause. Many of the new buildings in places at risk of earthquakes, like in California, are built to be resistant to this shaking. But although we can measure earthquakes and make buildings to resist the worst of the damage, we still can't predict earthquakes happening. If we knew when and where the next big earthquake would be, we could warn people and give them time to get out of the danger area. But up till now, our attempts at predicting them have not been very successful. However, just like predicting volcanoes, predicting earthquakes is possible. In the future, once we have enough knowledge and more advanced technology, we will probably be able to predict them and give people warning.